Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 14. Yes, 14? Yes, 14. Yes, last time we got Deku at his 100% of power. He was using the 100% of the all for one, no, one for all. He was using it and it was honestly a spectacular. I love that episode. Yes, I know that perhaps it's not the most amazing fight you could ever create because yes, in my opinion there are technically more spectacular fights than what we saw last time. But obviously, I think again the emotional investment that you have in the series it was really pulling these fights together. So that's why I consider a great fight. And now, before I go ahead and tell you everything that the subscribe and all that crap, I need to explain myself. Why I couldn't publish anything last week? My camera was gone. I think that is the best way to put it. My camera was gone. I could not record anything. It was gone. It was a complete failure of my camera, and unfortunately, I did not have the time to buy a new camera. So yeah, that's why I couldn't record anything at all. So yeah, that's why the delay of 1 week of every single one of my videos. I actually published this, well, not the camera part, but I actually published this in my Twitter account. So yeah, so let you know that that's why I wasn't able to record and obviously to publish anything because I didn't have the resources to publish anything. So yeah, that is the reason. Luckily, I got a new camera. Hopefully, this is going to last longer than the last one. And if you notice the kind of weird situation here with the image or anything like that, is because I'm still adjusting. I'm still adjusting the camera, the quality, and all that. Yeah, so that's why. That's the reason behind the delay. Anyway, yes. Let's go to the boring part, to the other boring part. In this case, if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we're doing with the channel. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and obviously leave a comment so I know what you enjoy about the video. And obviously, let me know in the comments what you think about this new camera. Hopefully it's better, hopefully it's a lot better. Anyway, yes, enough about all of this. Let's just cut all the previous presentation and watch the video, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 14th episode of the 4th season. And as I said during the end of my reaction, I think this is something that we needed. Something that we needed this conclusion. We need to close this chapter of My Hero Academia. We need to close this arc. Now, we know the destiny after this battle. Obviously, I'm not saying the ultimate destiny of everybody. But we know the destiny of the major people involved in the battle. We know what happened with Block, or I don't remember his name honestly. This dude. We know the destiny of Midoriya. Unfortunately, it hasn't changed. We know the destiny of Eri, of Aizawa, of everybody else, of everybody important. Obviously, Midoriya. The bad part is the death of Nighteye. That is what obviously is the most dramatic thing that happened during this episode. This is obviously what the central focus of the sentimental part of the episode, or at least I think is that way. We have seen Nighteye not being very fair to Midoriya. From the moment he entered into his agency, we know that he is not the favorite of Nighteye. We know that he is not, I don't know, the favorite of Nighteye was never with Midoriya, and we have seen that. Nighteye is always treat Mirio better. Why? Because he was his mentor. He was, and I mean, Nighteye is the mentor of Mirio, not the other way around. He was his mentor, but including all of this, the final revelation that we have in the end from Nighteye, I don't know. I don't think it was said out loud. Nighteye only considered Mirio as a vessel for the one for all. That's it. But thanks to the disposition of Mirio, thanks to his character, thanks to that, we haven't seen exactly everything that happened between Mirio and Nighteye, but we have seen how Mirio behaves. And I think this is obviously the way in which he changed his mind. Nighteye did not see Mirio as the vessel only, but somebody that should be respected, should be cherished, and we saw that too. Mirio escalated very, very fast, in my opinion. First of all, when the first time we saw him, he's just obviously a very strong dude. I want to see him more. But the more episodes that we saw with him, and culminating in this, in the last episode in which he still has a quirk, it changed that. It changed that to becoming one of the background characters, one of the secondary characters. Yeah, I think it will be unfair to call him Mirio a background character. A secondary character, I think, is closer to the truth. He became one of my favorites. Hell, he even, I think, earned the title of protagonist, of at least of the main protagonist of these animes. So yeah, it's great that in such a short amount of time, Mirio make you change, or the character of Mirio make you change your mind, and this is obviously important for us, for everybody. It's fascinating to see the growth of Mirio, and it's fascinating to see just how great of a person he really is. And yeah, obviously the tragedy that happened to him, it's a lot greater thanks to all this anticipation. But again, I love the character development. I love the character development. Not even in his deathbed, Nighteye understood that yes, Mirio is something else, but actually Midoriya is something else too. And yes, I know the point it went all around. It was a weird point that I made here, but I think that is the main point in which obviously Nighteye died, but he died with a smile because he knew that the world was in good hands, not only with Mirio, but with Midoriya too, because now he proved that the destiny could be changed, and that perhaps All Might will not die a gruesome death, that All Might is going to be fine. That is why I think Nighteye smiled in the end, that yes, everything is fine now. That is, again, in my opinion, the central point of the episode, the central point of everything that was going on. Yes, we saw the defeat of the the Seven Presidents of Death. Yeah, it's been such a long time, so I call them like that. But obviously, I think the defeat was done for before. I think the major defeat was done in the previous episode. Yes, we still have villains out there, especially the dude who can, I don't know, who can. It's not stopping your movement, just slowing it down. I think his quirk exact quirk was like that. He was defeated relatively easy. We capture all the other villains. Hell, even we capture Chisaki. And yes, that's kind of the conclusion of everything. But the major point of the episode, in my opinion, is the sentimental value behind the death of Nighteye and how he changed his mind in the last few hours, perhaps, before his death. Now, going to a more petty side of the story. The League of Villains attack the ambulance in which Chisaki was on. He was defeated, but still he was dangerous. I don't know if he could decompose, or how he could decompose, how he could decompose and reconstruct stuff. I don't know. Only his hands are capable of doing that. I don't know if the restriction they put on this guy was enough. Perhaps wasn't enough in this moment because he was unconscious and he has no more energy to do anything at all. But obviously, without his hands, he can do anything, and everything that he was working on was taken away by the League of Villains. This is terrible in one side, but not so terrible on the other. What I mean by this? It's terrible because now the League of Villains has the bullets that really destroy quirks, that completely destroy quirks, which is extremely dangerous for the heroes. But I don't feel bad at all about what happened to Chisaki. He was completely destroyed, not just physically, but psychologically, everything. They took everything away from him. And honestly, I don't feel bad for him, for everything that he did to Eri. This is a very fitting punishment in my opinion. I don't feel bad at all. I feel bad because now the League of Villains has more power than before. But for Chisaki? Nah, man. Screw that guy. It was kind of satisfactory. Because yes, you need the villains to do that. You need the villains to really fulfill the vengeance or the... I don't know. The malcontent that you have against this guy. Because I genuinely hated fucking Chisaki. I genuinely fucking hate this guy. But we needed the villains to fulfill this role. Because obviously the heroes should never do that, should never be that low. But the villains, yeah, they can do that. And I think this is a very intelligent move. Oh yeah, let's use the villains to really put an end to whatever Chisaki is planning, to completely destroy it. Not just put him in jail and forget about him, no. He is completely and utterly destroyed. And I'm satisfied with that, but I'm fearful for the future of this anime because my god, now the League of Villains has the terrible bullets. So yeah, that's obviously not the future of anime because the anime is going very, very strong, but the future within the universe of the anime. Yeah, it's fascinating. And now, little details that perhaps are not that important to the plot, but I think are significant. They speak obviously about the character that we see in the episode. I love how Deku tried to avoid the damage of the residential area. He just pushed. Yes, when we saw it last week, well, a couple of weeks ago, yeah. I need to remind myself that I did not record for a week. When we saw that. We saw just the fight. We just saw how he was kicking around everybody and everything. But now that you saw it in a different context, you figured out that actually Midoriya, the movements of Midoriya, is not just for kicking and defeating Chisaki, but actually to protect the people around in this residential area, and obviously to cause the least amount of damage possible. And yeah, this has been portrayed by several other characters in the episode, but I love the fact that still Midoriya, even in his fury, because I guess he still was kind of angry back then, is trying to protect everybody around him, which is something commendable to say the least. And yes, I know my voice sound kind of weird, but yes, well, sorry about that. Again, the freaking flu. Last time were my allergies. Last time that I have this were my allergies. But now it's the flu, the seasonal flu. Don't worry, it's not the coronavirus, whatever. It's not that. I check. But yeah, it's... And yes, I know my face looks kind of red because I'm watching it now in the freaking reflection. Because I'm still adjusting. So hopefully I'm going to get rid of that redness of my face. But anyway, yes, I think I exhausted the topic of this episode. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I have nothing else to say, but obviously remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we're doing with the channel. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you enjoy, what you think about the episode, what you think about the reaction, about the consequences that we saw in the episode, all of that good jazz. Yeah, I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention and see you on the next one. Bye.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.